Hello everyone, I am Grand Royson, welcome to new video. Today I am going to discuss relation between Issei Hyoudou and Rias Gremory. Rias is the woman who reincarnated Issei after Rainier killed him and the woman he loves. When she first summoned him, she treated him as a special case, knowing that he had a lot of potential. Issei was attracted to her like any other girl but disliked her for forbidding him from associating with Asia, for being on the fallen angels' side and saving her from them, that is until she realized that they were up to something shady in their town. After helping him save and resurrect Asia as well as killing the woman who murdered him, Issei began developing more respect and admiration for Rias to an eventual crush. In Volume 2, as time went on, she later started to fall in love with him, and her love became deeper after he saved her from Rias and for recognizing her as an equal rather than an heir of Gremory or a devil. She kissed Issei for the first time, following the latter's duel with Rias. She often gets jealous when other girls flirt with or tempt him, even saying that Issei belongs only to her. She loves him very much and is willing to do anything with him. In response, Issei will do anything to protect her, as he loves her just as much as she loves him. To add to that, by Volume 3, Rias now usually sleeps next to him naked in his bed and joining him in the bath, showcasing her bold attempts to seduce him. For this reason, she says that she has no problem with letting Issei see her naked and even lets him touch her breasts from time to time. However, she still gets angry whenever he plots something behind her back without her permission or knowledge, and for that she felt it necessary to punish him with nearly 1,000 demonic-empowered spanks. In Volume 5, Rias starts becoming Issei's source of power and motivation, more so whenever he touches her breasts, like when he poked her nipples, which allowed him to achieve his balance breaker. In Volume 6, Issei going berserk under the effects of Juggernaut Drive caused Rias to be distraught over the possibility of losing him. When coming to the conclusion that her breasts would cure him, she put up with the embarrassment when it meant saving him. In Volume 7, Rias received her derogatory nicknames such as Switch Princess, Biko, which was officially used in Issei's A Pay Dragon, an Underworld's children's television show, and Crimson Bust Princess, Azazel. As Issei was nervous on the night before the battle with Loki, Rias comforted him as she snuggled next to him. She expressed her feelings that even though she hates those nicknames, she doesn't mind using her breasts for Issei's power-ups, as she wants to be the source of his power and doesn't care if he is the Issei dragon. This act touched Issei to ease his nerves. In Volume 8, Issei and Rias go through a ritual where they are tested to see if Issei is worthy of being a candidate for Rias' future husband. They both passed, and although Issei remained oblivious to the situation, he had mentioned that he would like to marry Rias one day. In Volume 10, Issei was given permission from Rias' mother to start a harem to keep the girls around him happy. During this time, Issei was struggling to overcome the trauma that was caused by Rainier. This trauma is the reason why he could not believe that the women around him would actually be attracted to him. This caused tension to form between Rias and Issei, such when she attempted make love to him he still referred to her as President and remained oblivious to how she feels towards him. That is until he proclaims his love for her in front of the audience during the rating game against Serorg Bale. He professed his love for her again at their club room and called Rias by her given name for the first time, to which she cried tears of joy and confessed her love back. After becoming Issei's girlfriend, Issei always assures Rias that she is the most important woman in his life, much to her happiness. In Volume 11, as Issei began to slowly die due to Samuel's curse, he lamented over his regret that he couldn't return to them as promised, but was glad enough that he was able to confess his love to Rias when he did. By Volume 12, Rias was completely heartbroken by the news of Issei's death, but gained a great deal of hope when she found out that his spirit was still alive through his evil pieces. Upon his return, he felt joy being in Rias' embrace and the sensation of her kiss once again. In Volume 17, their relationship has improved to the extent that despite going out on a date with someone else, Rias chose to believe in Issei and the fact that he will still love her. At the end of the volume, Issei asks Rias if he could talk to her casually in private times, to which she happily replies yes. In Volume 22, Rias was there to allow Issei to be promoted to high-class devil, during the ritual in which she placed the crown on his head, which made Issei a king. Later, the two become engaged when Issei proposes to Rias after her graduation ceremony, making her his first bride. In Volume 24, he fights Thanatos to make sure no one will interfere with Rias' match in the tournament. In Volume 25, while celebrating at the Hyoudou residence, following the defeat of Vidar, the girls, Asia, Zenobia, Irina, Aquino, Kuroka, Kaneko, Rosweiss, and Rias, tell Issei to show his love for them, which he does, and tells them that every one of them is his bride. This statement reveals that Issei is now planning to marry all 8 of them. Later in True Volume 1, when their teams were both matched up against each other, the two promised to give it their very best in their upcoming fight. In the following volume, Rias even jokingly stated that she would cancel their engagement if Issei were to go easy on her. During their date, when asked if he can defeat her, Issei replied that as her servant, he has sworn to become the strongest pawn and that he wants her to watch over his progress as he intends to defeat her, much to her happiness as she swore to defeat him too. During their rating game, he and Rias recalled how they acted during the Phoenix rating game and how they fell in love as they fought each other fiercely, although he won in the end. Afterwards, Rias congratulated him and along with her peerage will be joining his team as backup members. In True Volume 3, she gave him advice about how to manage the other girls and create an intimate atmosphere between them as she showcased her role as the leader of his brides and as his legal wife in the future. She later teased him about being liked by older women like her, Aquino, Rosweiss, Roy Gunn, and Yasaka, as she wondered if her teaching made him into a playboy. In True Volume 4, she became shocked and worried about Issei after he lost his lewd nature due to the Alliance of Hell's plot. She led the rest of Issei's brides to London in hopes of curing him, as she became happy when he returned to his normal self. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. For more, thanks you all, meet you in another video.